All right, back with you. We move into the 9 o'clock hour. First 2 hours have gone quickly. I've decided that today I was going to announce who my new producer was, and I'm really happy if who it is. Do we have some kind of a fanfare or something that we can play? I mean, do we have those big trumpets that the Romans used to blow over the Colosseum? And if you're hearing that laughter in the back, you already know who it is over the back. Val Emmons. A lot of you will remember Val. Val was an integral part of my show, about 10 years ago, I guess. It's been that long. And I loved having her on. And she's going to be my producer now. And the reason she's going to be my producer is she knows the political climate here in Arkansas. She knows the people who are elected here in Arkansas. And she ain't scared of nobody. And
I'm scared of my kids, Dave.
Okay, but that's the key. That's the key. The key is you got to be when you want to talk about the truth on the air, you got to say to yourself before you go on, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I let the chips fall where they may, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never had a filter ever, and I just say what needs to be said. And people are like yesterday I was getting my nails done, and the lady was like, I just never can say when something's wrong when I go out to eat or something. I was like, you have to stand up for yourself. You are the.
That's why you live in America.
Right. and she was like, I just feel like I'm being a Karen. I'm like, no, the Karen is the person that doesn't understand they didn't do what you asked them to do.
Uh-huh.
So, and you're paying.
Well, you don't have to be a jerk about it.
No, you don't have to be a jerk about it, ever.
If you ask for
Listen, you don't have to be like Paul, and you don't have to be like Val. You don't have to be like either one of them.
I'm not a jerk about things, though. Until they say, okay, no, and then I'm like, hold up here a second.
Yeah.
Because if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm not, I'm just going to be like, all right, well.
I asked for that burger with no mayonnaise, and you slobbered it with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I was a waitress during college. Actually, the first 20 years of my adult life, I was a waitress. And that commercial where they had the bread and the mayonnaise, and she slid. I always wanted to do. There was this one guy that would come in Holiday Inn in Jonesboro, and I wanted to do that so bad to him.
See, I always wanted to do what Jack Nicholson did in 5 Easy Pieces. You ever seen the movie?
No, I've never seen that one.
He's ordering. He orders some toast, and they don't serve toast at the restaurant. And he says, "You don't serve toast?" He says, "No." And he looks at her. He says, "Okay, I want a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Hold the bacon, hold the tomato, hold the lettuce, and don't put any mayo on it." And he just takes his arm and sweeps it across the table. And he goes crazy. It's a great scene.
I've never seen that
movie.
one.
Yeah, you got to see it. It's
Definitely.
it's one of those things that made Nicholson famous in movie roles.
He's played a couple of grumpy roles. That.
Yeah. I like when he played the crossing guard. Remember that one?
No, I didn't see that
That's
one.
That's another
either.
good one. You got to see that one.
I mean, I guess I haven't seen a lot of Jack Nicholson movies. Then I guess
I'm
One
a
Flew Over
big
Cuckoo's Nest, and
the
other one with Diane Keaton.
As Good as It Gets.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the old. What's the one?
You Can't Handle the Truth.
No.
That was.
Yes, Few Good Men. And
Few
then
Good
there's
Men.
also the one where he's crazy. The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you also have to remember one that I love, and it dealt with water in California, and it's Chinatown.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh my God!
You're older than we are, Dave. You've seen all the old movies.
You've been deprived.
Those are movies when he was young and debonair. You know, we're used to the ones where he's got horns in his hair. Like great hair.
Well, Dave's kind of old. He kind of just barely stepped off the ark after the flood.
I'm going to be 73 on February 15th.
I know. That's the great thing because my birthday's 2 weeks later, and I'll be 52.
Yeah, I'll remind everybody that there is a way of stopping age.
There's an alternative to growing old.
You may not want to take it up. All right,
I don't want to take it up.
I always say they're
encouraging that.
If I'm looking down on the grass and not at the roots, then I'm feeling pretty good for the day.
Right.
That's the way I feel
My
about that.
feet are touching the ground.
All right, so I've asked Val to come in because she's going to be offering her opinions now this hour and next. And here's the story I wanted to talk about: what's going on in Iran. All right, everybody was saying, well, they've only killed 4,000.
Only 4,000.
Well,
I mean,
today it's up to 16,000.
Well, I mean, the Democrats still have them beat with abortion.
Well, yeah, I agree. That's a much bigger thing, but here's the key: there's no question that they've been killing mercilessly, and the president has been warning Iran about this. The new level of hell began back on January 8th, Tehran time, when the government shut down internet access across the country. Wall Street Journal reporting this time the regime forces were ready to play a far more lethal role in quelling the protest. Paramilitary Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, think paramilitary, think the Islamic Guard, on acid. Okay, that's kind of what it is. And they went out with Kalashnikov assault rifles. In one instant in West Tehran, security forces were seen with a heavy machine gun mounted on a pickup truck, according to footage verified by Storyful, which is owned by the journal parent News Corps. The fierce crackdown by security forces has succeeded in forcing demonstrators off the streets in some cities, with some residents reporting an eerie quiet after days of escalating violence. Families have been burying their dead as best that they can. The Sunday Times in the UK reported a new report from doctors on the ground, which says that at least 16,500 protesters have died and 330,000 have been injured, most of them in 2 days of utter slaughter in the most brutal crackdown by the clerical regime in its 47-year existence. I mean, they're doing things that they never even thought of doing when they disposed the Shah. This is a whole new level of brutality, said Professor Amir Perasta, an Iranian-German eye surgeon and medical director of Munich Med. Dr. Eli David said this is the worst daily Holocaust since the daily massacre since the Holocaust, and the world is silent. It's just amazing to me that people are always silent on things like this.
It's uncomfortably silent, and it's exactly what Hitler, what happened with the, if all these people are talking about, Israel right now, but that's exactly what Hitler did to the Jews. Like, we sent ship back full of people, and we did nothing about it.
America did that.
Yes, because
there was a ship in Cuba.
They're not invading us, but to me, you threatened our president. That's a threat. Yeah. So, but how would we feel if they said that stuff was going on here and somebody sent people over to kill our president? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like conflicted on it, but at the same time, you can't let all these people be murdered.
Well, I don't think anything that, unless we're mowing down citizens in the streets, which we're not,
right?
And it's not. So equal.
What are the protests
talking about?
What are the protests about? I guess this is.
They want them gone.
They want a new regime.
Okay, so
they want a new government. They don't want a regime.
Which we knew that was coming a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got the people rising
up. I've been talking about it for 2 years.
You've got the people rising up, and the government's killing them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Yeah, they're getting them off the street. They didn't want them on the street.
But what's his name getting killed? Who was the one that got killed? The head of the Iranian National Guard. Yeah.
Soleimani.
Yes, that's who we took out. And after that, they were like, without him.
Oh, by the way, the reason that we knew it was him is because we found one of the hands, and we knew that he was the only one that wore a certain ring, and it was on his hand. So, we got him. Okay.
Well, that could have been like,
put
it on somebody else's hand.
You either do that or you send somebody out to take a sample.
Yeah, could have been planted. So the protesters, they want to unseat the current government, kind of like what happened in France, maybe. But what what do they want to replace that? Do they want
a new government?
But do they want a good government, or do they just want their own version of another bad government? I mean, what are we talking about here? A bunch of savages?
Well, they got several people that are democratically minded that want to perhaps get into that role. The Shah's son, who's still sitting out there, the prince, he's saying, "I'll come and take over if you guys get rid of the mullahs, and I'll, got to put up my wall of protection around him because they'll try to kill him." So
I guess what I'm wondering
secular
is what is
and democratic.
They want
without
more secular.
Clerics
they want so they're just Palestinians, they're just Arabs, not Muslim. Is that kind of where
they
they're at?
They don't really want a Western style
Persians.
democracy, but they want no theocracy, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Because a lot of people don't realize the Islamic faith is also a religion, and it's a government.
Oh, right.
It's all of the things, and that what sets it apart. Other than they don't believe in the true God, as far as religion goes, with Christianity.
Well, so with the Christianity, you would have it's a religion without government being part of that religion.
Right.
Judaism is not the way. Judaism does incorporate the government as, so to speak, within the religious system, sort of like Islam there, and so they're kind of like that. But so I think it's an improvement for them to get their religion out of their government, from the standpoint of not forcibly evangelizing, which is kind of what the Muslims do, is like convert or die sort of thing.
Part of the Quran.
Well,
and when you look at that, a lot of these folks, they don't want an Islamic government anymore. They don't want that, which would be great for us.
Well, it would be great for, I think, everybody involved. I think from what I gather, the Islamic state or the Islamic religion is just not something that anybody needs. It's just not a good thing.
There's three different camps. The thing about it, they're not ethnic. It's ideological. And there's three different types of camps. There's ones that want kind of a democratic republic, and there's ones that want the constitutional monarchy, and then a transitional unity government. That's
where the prince comes in, the constitutional monarchy.
So one of the things that I've been kind of making a point on some is that I don't think these people are ready for large-scale government. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think a lot of them are still kind of tribal.
They're all the younger generations one pushing.
So maybe they can pull it off, but historically, they're not. They're
not tribal though. They're ideological.
Maybe they're not.
This is not. There's unlike Syria and other places. They're not. It's not tribal. It's not ethnic. It's more ideological.
It's not Gaza. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So but what I'm wondering though, just like you see in Africa, I think, is that those people are not ready for cohesive groups of 50 million people to get together and actually cooperate.
There's different sects in Iran though. They're not separate. They all kind of run together.
But what I'm getting at though is that it seems like some of these Arab people are not ready for large scale government. They
don't want our government.
Well, they don't want ours, but I don't know that they're actually.
They just don't want Islamic government.
But I don't know that they're capable of actually having societies that are made up of millions of people. Does that make any sense?
We'll have to pick that up when we come back. I think we have a break, don't we?
Yeah, I'm looking here.
Look at me getting ahead of myself.
We do have a break. Okay, so she's talking to me already. I'm telling me, shut up.
Shut up, Dave. No, shut up, Paul.
Move on. All right. Hey, don't forget about yourhealthplanman.com and what they do. They want you to understand about Obamacare. It's failing miserably. It takes $400 million a year just to keep it going. As conservatives, we fight for smaller government, but then there's a lot of us who are conservatives, and I'm not putting myself in this camp, but you aren't small government when it comes to health care. you want the federal government to get involved. I don't want that to happen. I said that we'd run into the problems that we've run in if we did with Obama, and we have. It's failed. It's failed miserably. They call it, the Affordable Care Act. Well, one, it's not affordable, and two, it's not caring for anybody, basically. So it's really, really has screwed up, and that's where your health plan man comes in. Text the word NOW to 501-650-6520. Again, that's NOW to 501-650-6520, and it will get to your health plan man, folks. And they'll work with you about taking control of your health care, see what things really cost with transparent pricing. We're supposed to be having that already. The president, that was an executive order back when he did his first term, and hospitals didn't put up a site where you could go in and find out what it would cost to have an MRI or whatever. That was supposed to happen, and it didn't. You go and talk to Pat Davis and your health plan man, and most people save 30 to 50% on premiums alone. And these guys got 30 years of combined experience, and they can help you get the best health care, health insurance you can get. And that's the key. Just because you got health insurance, depending on what's in that health insurance, doesn't mean you can get good health care. So again, send the word NOW to 501-650-6520. Ask them, send me the information on conservative health care, and they will do that. Back with you, Dave Elswick Show here at 101.1 The Answer. We're in our new studios now. The new digs are pretty cool, I got to tell you. I'm going to talk to my bosses around here, see if we can have some kind of barbecue or something. When it gets a little warmer, and go out and you can have hot dogs and hamburgers and come up here and check out the studios and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Have a chili cook-off or something? Or?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be fine.
Or
no rattlesnake
or a brisket cook-off?
No rattlesnake
brisket,
meat.
That's my favorite vegetable.
And no beans in the chili.
No beans in the chili, huh?
Yeah. You gotta have beans. You can pick them out. But they just don't look like chili without beans.
We're talking Texas chili. It's all
steak.
Meat.
Yeah.
No rattlesnake. You don't like a rattlesnake in your chili?
No, not really. I've tried rattlesnake, but I
don't like it in my politics either.
What's it like?
Yeah. Tastes like chicken.
Is it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Is it like? Is it
I
sort of like?
haven't
I don't
had
have a
snake.
clue.
I've had alligator, but no
I've had
snake.
alligator.
Yeah,
too,
I've eaten gator. Yeah, I go up to where is it? What's the city that's right off of 167 that they've got the Good Cajun restaurant up there. You get gator.
North or south?
North.
Of Cersei?
Oh, no,
further
north.
than
Further
Cersei.
north, like Bald Knob.
Bald Knob. That's where it is, and you can get gator bites in the whole 9 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
That's from the area that I'm from.
Yeah, well, that's up
Bald Knob. That was where Bob King's. I was just talking about Bob King's. That's crazy. My dad used to go there all the time.
Okay.
They got nothing, but they got that.
Yeah.
They got a liquor store, and that's it.
That's a good place to eat.
Booze and gator. Huh?
One of the big topics around Cabot is if you know anything about Cabot, it's a dry city, and they're building a microbrewery right there in Cabot.
In a dry city,
and they're going to be opening it soon. Yeah, well, they'll get around it by. You've got to be
club.
part of the club.
The thing about a distillery is you can buy alcohol on Sunday.
Yeah.
Here, even. You can take your pints and get them filled up at all the distilleries.
Oh, really?
Yes. Your jugs and everything.
So,
it's the only place you can buy alcohol.
Get yourself a big old growler, right?
So that's the thing is that this is an example. That
like packaged liquor.
The no alcohol stuff is an example of religious views being forced on people.
I agree. Well, the women did that back in the war because
can blame
they were
those
tired
women.
of their men being out drunk all of the time.
Well, so
I know this history. They were tired of their women. They were tired of their men coming home from. They come home from the war. They go out and they be drunk all the time. So while they were off to war, World War II, the women voted for the dry counties.
You got
yes.
Val Emmons over here arguing against women's suffrage.
No. I mean, I don't drink anymore. I haven't had a drink in like a year and a half.
No. We're talking about
she's just.
You're arguing against women voting.
But I spent the last 4 drunk.
Here,
what do you
right?
mean?
She's explaining why it happened.
Yes.
All right.
No, I'm just saying they pulled a quick one. That means women are smarter than men. Just saying.
Or corruptible.
What? How's that? I don't know.
Garden of Eden, eating the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil.
They were just doing what they thought was best for the men.
Well, brought sin in the world.
Men is toxic. Alcohol's toxic.
Yeah, what happened, what men, Eve says, here taste this. And he said, sure. That was all he said.
Like I'm saying, women are smarter than men. It don't take much.
That's when Eve wasn't wearing fig leaves either.
Well, there's probably maybe.
And look what happens. No.
Anyway, it's just it's interesting. Women tend to be more empathetic than men are.
Well, sometimes.
So if we're going to get into this discussion, so I did a little research, I guess, a while back, and so the reason why Democrats get elected is it's single women that elect them. They overwhelmingly vote Democrat.
I argue with more men that are Democrats. You've seen my page.
Yes, but you're weird.
You see these crazy people.
Yes,
they're men.
But I don't know. There's still plenty of men who vote Democrat
who think they're women.
But there's that problem too. There is that problem too. But the thing is, though, that like other demographics, you got married women, married men, single men. They're kind of split. But unmarried women overwhelmingly vote Democrat.
This will be determined when we come back. It's time for the news. Let's get to the news here on the Dave Elswick Show. All right, back with you. And we were just about ready to have a war of the sexes here on the Dave Elswick Show before with Paul and with Val. If you just tuned in, Val Emmons is on the air right now with me. And you go, wow, Dave, that's a great guest to have. Well, she's more than just a guest. Starting tomorrow, she's going to be my producer.
So
and
I feel vindicated, Dave.
I've been wanting to do this, and Val knows this. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time because what Val brings to the show is very simple. She knows who all the political players are. She's not afraid to call them and say, "Hey, you want to come on the Dave Elswick Show?" And she's
after I've called them out.
She's a libertarian-leaning conservative.
Mm-hmm.
She really is. I'm very libertarian-leaning, and
I ran as a libertarian when I ran for office that one time, but there's some things like I don't believe in but I don't believe in anything from any of them. I don't believe in the whole legalize all the drugs thing. That's one of the things that I have a problem with.
Well, all we got to do is turn to Oregon, and we can see that doesn't work.
No.
Now we got a perfect example of how bad it can get when
that's all
you
need is an example.
Yeah.
It's a experiment. The whole country is a big experiment.
That's what
you got communists in Minnesota,
you got communists in New York.
Yeah,
I mean,
New York.
I'm hoping that as you see what
Islam
Mandami does to New York City, you'll understand that you don't want socialism.
No, and it's gonna. So what has happened to California now is, I think it wasn't it Andrew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson were trying to move California to Texas. Have you seen that? That's been a push on. They've made commercials on YouTube.
I could see McConaughey doing that.
Yeah, and they've made commercials on YouTube about it over the last couple of years.
He would probably give bongo lessons that you sit around the fire naked playing bongos.
I love McConaughey.
That's what McConaughey used to do.
I love it. Dazed and Confused is one of my favorite movies.
My wife had never seen that, and the other night I saw it in the archives for Prime.
You need to
and I
play that clip. One thing about them,
here's. I used to use it all the time. All right. That's what I used to use.
He's just a fabulous actor. Not only is he very good looking, he is just a fantastic actor. He can play any role, like any Lincoln Lawyer. That's one of my favorites too. That was a good one.
It was very good. Have you seen the Prime series on the Lincoln Lawyer?
No.
Oh, it's good. There's 3 seasons out already.
Is Woody Harrelson in it?
No.
Okay, well, see, that's what they were riding in a car. They were riding in a Lincoln in one of these commercials, and they're talking about taking the California, and it was actual. It wasn't the show; it was actual commercial taking
telling people move.
Yeah, taking it to move out to California because they're doing all kinds of movies and stuff out there. And Louisiana, they do movies there too.
Oh, a lot of. Look, Hollywood hasn't filmed in Hollywood for 30 years.
Well, and but my point about it is that that's kind of what's happening. I think that's probably what will happen to New York too. I wonder if the fashion industry will move somewhere else because Dallas is pretty hot too.
Why do people want to live in New York now? I mean, I can understand
fashion
30 or 40 years ago,
it's still the financial
Wall Street,
epicenter of the world.
Hey, but they could move that too.
Right, but why? Because, I mean, 30 or 40 years ago, communication wasn't near as easy and cheap. But today, you don't need to be...
Dude, you don't need to
Why
sell
does
me.
everyone
You
live
don't
in
need to sell me
Washington
on
still?
this.
Why does everyone live in D.C. still? I mean,
Lobbying
I went
is
to DC.
effective face-to-face.
Well, the politicians go to D.C. because it is the nation's capital.
It's the Mecca.
It is, but lobbying works face-to-face. I think that's probably one of the reasons why D.C. remains such a big
Well, that's why we go
epicenter.
there. But you don't have to live there. And people live there, like
right, but they lobby on a regular basis. I think and part of it is
Yeah.
that they're peddling influence and whatever.
True.
And so lobbying works face to face very well, I think, and so that's maybe part of the big reason.
You go to D.C., you got to go to K Street and drive down K Street, and you'll see all the big, expensive buildings that they have, where that's where all your lobbyists live.
Well, so
Not live, but work.
Lobbying works face to face, but a
We had
lot
an
of times, a lot of business though, like what you see in New York City, you don't have to be face to face anymore.
No, but you have to. It's a fashion industry, though.
Well, there's some of that.
It's the textiles. It's the fashion.
But that's not. Is that very much of New York City?
I don't like New York per se, but I love DC. I would totally live in DC.
No, I didn't
like
it.
DC is amazing. I go at least twice a year, and for my other nonprofit that I manage, and I just love DC. I'm just in love with it. Like, I don't know per se that I would want to live there full time.
No.
But I would like to have a place
just
there.
like-
I could go whenever,
it's
like
just
kind of like
like
Florida,
me.
have a little house.
I
there.
like to go back to Chicago to visit, but I don't want to live there anymore.
Yeah, my son.
Crazy.
It's funny because I love the city, right? And my son went with me this time because he was helping me with a conference and launching the podcast that I have for the healthcare and called The Relay. By the way, I'm going to give that a shout out. The
Go
Relay.
right ahead.
It's about transitions of care, handing off the handoff when you go from a doctor to another doctor. You know that has to be right, or healthcare is crap. But anyway, but my son and my best friend went with me because she's a psychologist, and Jennifer Duber here in Benton. I'm gonna give her a plug too. But she went and she helped me, and they hated it. They hated DC. I was like, "What? I wanted to show y'all this city, and you hate it."
I
they
liked
hated
it.
it. Trevor's like, "I just want to go home.
I like
just
it
want to go
because
to Tampa."
you can go to all the monuments and stuff, and I love that stuff. I
do
love
too.
history, and I like going to the Smithsonian's and
Yes.
all of that.
I spent days by myself just going to all of them. I went to every one of them.
But now, eating out, expensive.
It's not bad if you know. Have you done the chili? Is it Burt's Chili?
Yeah, I've done.
Oh man, that's that. And the pizza, I get a slice of pizza, but
You know,
we did spend $100
I
on
like
steak, but
stopping and getting a hot dog once in a while and stuff. But a man cannot live on hot dogs alone.
no, but the pizza is like this big. It's huge for a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
And I think there's this one really cool place in DC. Well, actually, it was Virginia. It was in
Across the river.
Yeah, it's just like two steps across. Yeah. But it was Arlington, and where we were staying, and we got an Airbnb, and we went. It was the most amazing thing I went to was an internment, and it was my business partner
in
husband.
In Arlington.
Yes.
Yeah, because people don't realize Arlington is a working cemetery.
It was amazing. Like it was, I cried. Like it brought me to tears. Even though he had been gone a year, it took a year to get him in there. Yeah. But he was not the wind talker, but he was a flying cross. Remember the flying cross?
Yeah. Okay.
And so he, and that was pretty cool to see. Like it was.
Whenever you go
to Arlington,
it gives me chills
thinking about it. Like
whenever you go to Arlington, there's probably 5 or 6 funerals going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it took a year to get him interned there.
Oh, and by the way,
that was February.
Who donated the land for Arlington?
General Lee.
General Lee. That's right. He's the one that did. In fact, if you visit his house, You go up on a hill, and it overlooks Arlington.
It was kind of, I don't know that it was. It may have been a little bit of a forced donation, but
Not like the Indians.
it was a compelled donation sort of situation. I think because the Yankees were burying people there on purpose. From what
we
I
are so
understand.
squirreled. We went from pizza to talking about General Lee. I love it.
That's why I
love y'all. This is this is my show.
I tell everybody that I'm very much like Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
We cover everything. Mm-hmm. You bring it up, we'll talk about it. I don't have any problem with that at all.
Well, what I was talking about was this restaurant called Table 21, and it's like a all you can eat kind of place, and they bring it to you, like you order it.
Okay. Kind
of like that new sushi place out in West Little Rock. You order what you want, and they bring it to your table, and then you just order more. And it's all kinds of different, but they're little bowls, so you don't get like a big amount. But it was the coolest kind. They have artwork that people do in there while you're eating, and they sell it.
See, I like
really
the
cool.
restaurants where they walk around with the skewers that have all the meat on it.
And they just I want
that's
that,
Texas de Brazil.
Yeah.
And the one that I went to. What is the one in D.C. across from? Well, it used to be the Trump Hotel, but it was across from Chow. I'll think of it. But Fogo de Chow. When I go to D.C., that is one of the other places that I go. Oh, I get in a meat coma. I'm just like, no salad, just bring me meat.
As a type 2 diabetic, feed me as much protein as you can give to me, and I'll eat it.
You can handle the meat, just not all the
carbs.
not the garlic bread.
But they have all the fancy like Brazilian fruits and the olives and the cheeses on the bar. Like
really fancy fruit. They got pineapple.
Oh no, mango! you can't go to a Chinese buffet
8,000
and get
miles
mango.
away.
No, but Fogo de Chao is amazing. Like it's amazing. And that's another great place
to try
in
it.
DC. Oh yeah, it's like Texas State Brazil.
To DC. I haven't been to DC to do my show in a while.
We need to go. We need to go to CPAC this year.
Yeah, that would be fun again. Mm-hmm. That would be fun. A lot of people say, well, it's not as big as it used to be. Well, that's because there's like 9 of those
Trump
events.
Got elected.
Yeah. I mean, they met last year.
That's where we met. That's where I first met Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I know.
Because he was there in the. That was so long. That was 2014. I think
he
went.
Yeah, he was downstairs.
Yes, he was handing out his books and stuff. In that little room.
He had a large area.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the material on the wall anymore in here, but I had all kinds of signs.
Yep.
And Charlie sent me those for my studio.
And Katie, what's her name? Katie, blonde, short hair. They call her the Ann Coulter of the UK.
I don't know.
Katie Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Oh, if you follow her, you have to follow her.
Is she still alive doing her thing?
Flips. Huh?
She's still doing her thing?
Yeah, she's still alive, too. Yeah, you said she's still alive.
Well,
yeah,
she's still
because
alive.
everyone's trying to kill her. Yeah, like me, yeah. But no, she's I just watched one of her things the other day. Love her.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Her, yeah.
There's hope for England if she's alive.
Right.
I mean, people don't realize that that England does not have a First Amendment.
No. Or second.
They don't. Yeah, they don't have.
The people in England are subjects.
Yeah,
they are
left.
Effectively owned by their government. They're subjects. They're slaves, basically.
You know, the police can't even take a gun home with them to protect their families. They get one checked out to them.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
But you're
crazy
in
they're
you're a target when you're a cop. Like they can't even take. Yeah, it's crazy.
But they're slaves over in England. I mean,
you can take one to protect everybody else, but you can't have one to protect your family.
Well, it's
nuts.
I've talked to many a member of Parliament, and they think we're bloody crazy. By how we live over here.
No, a lot of them don't. Though a lot of them wish they were American.
We saved them from.
To a lot of
we
them
saved them from being German. But and I'm not sure. I'm not sure we've improved the world by that. But maybe we should leave them on because now they've they've exported their socialism over here.
Well, if they would follow Winston Churchill's ideas, we'd be in a lot better stead with them. All right, as far as that, I mean. Churchill didn't bring on socialism. There were other players that did that.
And it's but yeah. So they're at this point their export of socialism here was not appreciated.
What do you think? Speaking of exporting stuff, and taking over stuff. What do y'all think about Greenland?
Oh, I think it's
squirrel. Yeah, squirrel.
I think it's a great idea. People got to understand that the land northeast of America is the only buffer that we have against China and Russia.
But the resources that are there are massive.
So I don't like the idea of nation building if it's not going to be.
It's not nation building.
It's not going to be ours.
We got to get ahead of it.
So I don't like the idea of
Russia or China's going to take it if we don't.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Let me finish. The thing is that I don't have a problem with.
I'm glad you're back. All right.
I love you too, Dave.
I don't have a problem with getting involved with some other countries, but let's go ahead and maybe make them U.S. territories rather than just. Well,
that's what I said.
That's what I'm getting at. So I don't have a problem with it, but don't just give
Puerto
them free security and reorganize their government for them, and then just cause messes. Like, why not make Venezuela U.S. territory?
And I don't think that's what we're doing, are we?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think we're taking them over like the Democrats want to say.
I think we've done that like in Iraq and some other places.
Be like
in
Puerto Rico, but we had no choice in Iraq, really. After we took those steps, because I'm not a big Bush supporter, but after we took those steps, we had to do something, or somebody would have came in and just.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily have a problem with let's say. Would y'all like to join the United States? And if they're favorable to it, then why not? Why not the same with Venezuela as well?
And they're talking.
And why not? I don't have a problem with if the people of Venezuela are amenable to joining the U.S. Why not make them a U.S. territory?
We should talk about that when we come back.
Yeah,
I mean peacefully.
Val wants to be host too now. All right. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be back with more here on the Dave Elswick Show.
Well, you can't.
Man, this hour's gone. See, I told you, Tom, things go fast when Val's around. Val knows. Here's the key. When you have a producer, they've got to understand the show. They got to understand how the show works. Val knows that. She's been on with me so many times.
You're my mentor.
And she knows how it all works and how it goes. And I just wanted a producer that understood the politics of Arkansas so that we could get a lot more political savvy people in here to talk about things. So
Dave, you're gonna make me like I'm not gonna be able to be lived with for like a week at least. My head's gonna be so big. My dogs aren't gonna know what to do. No.
Yeah, I got you. All right, but
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
no more. No.
the GM of the station. We talked, and I told him, I said, when Val gets in for being producer, and I've told this to Steve too, I said, content is always king in talk. No matter what we're talking about, content is king. And Val knows a lot of stuff about what's going down.
Kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah, but you're
because,
an educated jack of all trades.
Right, but my brain is just constantly looking and
You're
writing.
like I am. I drive my wife crazy. I'll be watching a movie on television.
On the phone, looking
while
at news.
I'm on the phone and reading the news.
I have to rewind something every time. I'm like, yep, exactly.
Because if I want to go back and watch something I thought was important, I can't.
Exactly.
I mean, I go back and probably watch Landman 3 times to get all of it. Okay, just to be honest.
I had to do that. I was watching the Ballerina the other night, the John Wick Ballerina.
Oh, the movie. That's great.
And I had to go watch it, rewind it a couple of times too, because that was the same thing.
Man, where is it in Iceland that they're at?
I think so, or in New Zealand or somewhere.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Did you
that cold place
fight
that they're
scenes
at.
are crazy.
Yeah, they really
Savage.
are nuts.
I just love that movie. I'm gonna go watch it again.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It fits right into the
John Wick.
to the John Wick canon. There's no doubt about that.
But she's brutal.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
is.
Some of the things, the one that I posted wasn't even half of what. And just clever, like MacGyver with the weapons.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Do you watch Landman?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
I love it.
I've watched both seasons.
One of my favorite episodes of Landman is at the very beginning when he's got that new legal person comes in, and he walks her out by the farms, the big fan farms, and he starts talking about oil and how they're trying to make oil the evil and all of that, and he just talks about those big windmills, how much oil it takes to lubricate them, and
exactly.
how fast that they break down, and how inefficient that they are.
People don't understand that.
It's great. I mean, I love it. If I could play that, I would. Except that he, Billy.
We should get Billy Bob. Ooh,
he takes.
Let me get Billy Bob up in here.
He takes yeah, but I don't know if Billy Bob is really like the person that he plays.
Well, I don't know, because I seen a thing that he was doing recently, that he was on set, but he was talking because there was a Hot Springs reunion, and he's from Hot Springs, and he was talking about how he keeps in touch with the folks in Hot Springs, and he was talking about all the people like they're like, it was.
Rooster Boy, the guitarist that's down there in Benton, and he and Billy Bob had their band of ZZ Top. They used to do all the ZZ Top covers, and ZZ Top invited them to open for ZZ Top.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and really good. And
Squirrel.
I should call him up and get him and see if we can't get Billy Bob here.
Yeah,
into the
talk about Landman.
You know who's been around? You know who's been around in our area lately? Nobody.
Who?
What's his Coppola's kid?
Francis?
No, yeah, Francis Ford Coppola's. I think he's his nephew, and he's Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage has been hanging out.
Yeah, they're filming a movie.
Really?
Here
he's one of my favorite
Arkansas.
actors. I love Nicolas Cage.
Anyway,
Nicholas, if you're listening,
people were
give
saying
us a call.
That they saw him when he was. I don't know if he's still here or not, but they don't get out and promote that stuff very good.
No, but they hang out at a lot of places. They'll go to the Heights, because my kids were working in the Heights a couple years ago.
It's a good place to come and visit.
They see all those actors come up in there. The Prospect, the bar on Kavanaugh, and over there, what's that, Hill Station?
No.
A real popular place over there. They go hang out to, or in Selma.
I'm sure they go to the Faded Rose and things of that nature. Yeah, I used to go to Faded Rose all the time, and I took a Trump sign and elected sign. I said, "Why don't you put it up there with those? There's only Democrat signs that are up there."
Why don't you be unbiased?
Yeah, it was funny. Anyway, we got to get a break in, and then we'll come back, and we got another hour. And what will we cover? I don't know. I can tell you, we'll cover it, and it'll be good.
Just as we get to it.
Tell you, it'll be good.
It's that kind of a Monday.
All right, be with us here in just a moment here on the Dave Elswick Show.
It is that kind of a Monday. It is Martin Luther King Day. I realized that when I was coming, because I was like,